What do you mean it's been a minute? We do this every single week.
It's been a minute for Ben, as in I don't think he's been able to join. You misunderstood.
So it has nothing to do with you blowing me off last week?
That was not what happened. I gave you ample amount of time.
Oh.
I told you the day before.
Yeah, you told me the day before.
Isn't that ample amount of time?
My bad. I have a premarital counseling schedule,
Okay, to be fair, I didn't know I had that until I checked my calendar.
I get it.
Things
I get it. I understand.
happen.
I forgive you.
That's what friends are for.
I'm willing to move on as long as you never, ever miss a week again. But also, next week is the day after Easter. We might be tired.
Well, that's because yesterday was Sunday.
And this right here
is the morning after.
Welcome to the Morning After Ministry Show, a caffeine-fueled look back on the week and ministry that was.
Look, Ben, this might be one of the greatest comments of all time. It's not always about you, Andrew.
that's hurtful, but
Why is that hurtful?
it could be about me. Why is it so little? What did you do?
I don't know.
Is it because our banner is down there with our names on it?
I didn't do anything.
I don't know what's happening.
It just did that. I kind of like it.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks
What
like
if I put it right in the middle?
It looks like, I don't know if you're old enough to get this reference, Tim, but does anybody else remember pop-up video on on VH1?
Pop-up.
Yes,
that was
you got it.
How could you
That's
possibly forget? Uh-oh. I feel like we've got a story coming. City Light says, I want to bet $1,000. Here we go.
I don't have $1,000 to bet now.
May or may not be a betting man at times. I want to bet $1,000 that your Palm Sunday wasn't as crazy as mine. All right. Well, as you are typing out this story, Andrew, let's jump into it because yesterday was in fact Sunday. It was Palm Sunday. So walk us through Holy Week at Safety Harbor Community Church, specifically
Holy Week,
Palm Sunday.
Holy Week.
You're gonna have to walk us through the whole week because
I long for.
We're not going to be doing this next Monday. So
Holy Week.
Get us there.
So Palm Sunday was yesterday. We had a regular Sunday morning service.
Yep.
And we sang Hosanna at some point, I'm sure.
You have to.
Or a song that the word Hosanna was in.
It's a requirement.
We got palms that are on the stage.
Good.
And next week, we will not have Easter lilies. We don't do lilies. Our lead vocalist is allergic to lilies, and found out that our newest
it's
vocalist
not funny, but it's kind of funny.
is also allergic to lilies. And so we do hydrangea on Easter, which I think are probably prettier anyway. And so we'll have some big hydrangeas to go with the palms next week.
Are those safe for animals?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think you're thinking of poinsettia that are not safe for animals. That's the Christmas.
That's what I was thinking of.
It's the Christmas plant. And
I'm not a plant guy.
I get that. So we, it's a regular service. We acknowledged that it was Palm Sunday, but because we've been going through John, I was like, hey. So
that was another question. So you did not pause.
We did not.
There was no need because you're going through a gospel.
We're going through.
We're in the Old Testament. So we're gonna push pause.
And so it was, hey, we covered this 6 weeks ago, and John does not cover Monday through Wednesday. He goes from Palm Sunday to Thursday.
It's a
and
jump.
We've been there for 6 weeks because that
he likes to linger in that final week.
He just lingers on Thursday night. It's like a third of the book, and so that was kind of the extent of hey. So we tied it into the king, like this is the kind of king Jesus is. So yes, there was the king who walked in on Palm Sunday or who rode in on Palm Sunday, but the kind of king who we see in the chapter, we were in chapter 18 in the beginning of 19, was a king who steps forward into the difficult thing instead of trying to avoid it. So that was really the Palm Sunday crux of yesterday.
Pete says, I'm already picturing you feeling fresh. I believe he's talking to me, Andrew, after quote, only having to preach once.
I feel pretty great. It's how I do most Sundays.
Hearing you think out loud must be nice, and I am thinking it out loud right now. So
you said it. Look,
Andrew,
you didn't just preach one time.
Must be nice.
You were coming home at like 11:30 at night. I was
crazy.
I
never stay out on Saturday.
I was in bed
ever
before you were home. We find my friends. We know where. For accountability, we always know where the other one is.
I believe my text to you said something to the effect of, is this what it's like only having to preach once and it's at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings? You can actually go out on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
I have a very strict Saturday night routine. This kind of last second thing popped up to go see my brothers. I was like, hey, I want to go see my brothers, hang out with them for a couple hours, go see a band at the same time. And it was Saturday night. I was like, oh, it's Palm Sunday the next day. And I was like, wait a second.
I'm preaching one time at 10 a.m.
It's a 10 a.m. service. My alarm clock is not going off till well after 7.
What time did you get to church yesterday?
I was at church by 8:30, 8:45. Like well before we had a kind of a pregame huddle with all staff, all volunteers, all hands on deck at I believe it was at 9 or 9:15 in the student center. So I was there well before that. It was weird. Yeah. Like it felt odd. If you're just tuning in, you have no idea what's happening in Lakeview land. We got a big tent. We're hearkening back to the good old days of Lakeview.
It's big tent.
Is that how the song goes?
No.
That might be how the song goes. JC says, Tim, just seen pictures of your IFB style. That is Independent Fundamental Baptist.
Yes,
Baptist.
That's the word you're looking
IFB.
for.
The fundies. They put the fun in fundy. Hey man, if you were at church yesterday, we went full IFB. There was an altar call. There wasn't. There could have been.
Just as I am.
So Andrew, here's the deal. I only preached once. I was not nearly as exhausted as I typically am on Sunday afternoons. I woke up today feeling...
Matt Coyne, it's good to see you, bud.
Feeling just fine, which was, again, odd. Typically Mondays for me are a bit of a drag as I try to catch up on sleep.
Protein intake.
Yeah. All of the above.
All the things.
So I'm guessing you routinely feel like this, which is kind of nice.
Again, it's such a different thing.
Yeah.
And you've had Frank for the past year and a half. So the idea of when I'm like, man, why does he want to not preach after only preaching 3 weeks in a row? Mm-hmm. I like preaching. I don't if God was like, Andrew, come tomorrow. I'm going to take your vocal cords away. You will be able to love people and serve people, but you will never be able to preach again.
You'll be fine.
I'd be like, okay, yeah. I'm
honestly,
I'm good. And yet I
would be the same.
I don't ever feel the need. Don't get me wrong. I love being a pastor and preaching is part of that. But if God was like, I'm going to call you, you are going to minister in a different way, never with a microphone again.
Right. Like you're going to go, Andrew. We're calling you to a different church. You're
going to be discipling.
You're going to oversee discipleship and education of a growing church, and you're going to help them in this new era.
Whatever it may But if God was like, Andrew, you're done preaching, my feelings wouldn't be hurt. And yet I'm always like, why does Tim need a break so often?
Yeah.
It's not that hard, and it's more work to not preach sometimes. Set up a guest speaker is a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh wait, we have. I'm kind of tired after one 37-minute sermon.
Yeah.
Tim does that 3 times in a row, and he stands up the whole time.
It's a lot of standing.
You're
a sitter.
I was in the fellowship hall after church yesterday, and I was like, man, I just need to sit down. And my wife was like, why? You are just sitting down.
You've been sitting for 37 minutes. You need to stand up.
You only stood up for the benediction.
Andrew, I also saw the benefit of eating together after church, which is a Safety Harbor tradition.
Every single week, baby.
You guys do it every week. We did it a little bit different. We didn't quite go. We actually had the topic of should we go potluck. We're like, it's probably going to be a bit difficult with the amount of people. Thankfully, we didn't because there was a few
Did you
people.
see what Matt Coyne said? They just had a JW tag all the cars in our parking lot with wonderful literature.
That was nice of them. No, that was nice.
Hey, sometimes you need a good watchtower.
I mean, if the literature is there, you might as well burn
That's fantastic.
I love everything about it. So we ate together. We had food trucks on site, one of which was my buddy Eric at Eric's Eatery. Shout out to Eric. He's a former Christos guy. Christos chef, started his own thing. He told me, Tim, I don't take jobs on a Sunday, but when you guys reached out and I heard it was Lakeview, and I immediately recognized that's where Tim Miller's pastoring, I am absolutely taking that job.
And how long was the line at the Eric's Eatery truck?
It was a beautifully long line.
Good.
It was fantastic. His food was, next level.
Yeah.
Gyros and smash burgers. How can you go wrong?
I've
with
had
that?
his food before, not from the truck, but at Christos.
It was amazing. We had a pretzel truck. We had a funnel cake truck.
Ooh, love me a good funnel cake.
We just had fun, and then inside the worship center, since we were outside under a giant tent and there was 1,000+ of us, we said, you know what? Let's clear the worship center and set up in there the bounce houses for the kids. So it was a bounce house-anasium. Is that how you say that?
Yes, that's the word you were looking for.
Bounce house land in the worship center. Here's the best part, Andrew. We did not know months ago when we planned this that there were going to be 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Very windy day.
If you watch the live stream, which there's audio sync issues, I know I've re-edited. I took some time yesterday. I wasn't thrilled about it, but
You're fine.
I re-edited it.
No one cares.
I cared. I reposted it. You know how it is. Like you would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't. So the sermon's been reposted. You can check that out. We had no idea that we wouldn't have been able to set up bounce houses outside. Like the Lord, in His sovereignty, knew
that you needed bounce houses in the worship
they
center.
had to be indoors. So
Plus, that way kids don't smell as bad because there's air conditioning in there. Because getting a couple boys in the van after they've been on bounce houses for a while, it just you have to like pressure wash your whole van afterwards. It's terrible.
We had a ton of fun. It was a record-breaking Sunday for Lakeview. All of the above. We're enjoying life. It's great.
Tim, I want to hit rewind for a week.
Okay.
Because yesterday was Sunday, but so was 8 days ago. And because I had this amazing thing to talk about, and then you texted me saying, "Hey, I've got a premarital counseling schedule. I know that this is supposed to be on our schedule every week. Whatever, it's fine. It's cool." Tim, we welcomed new members.
That's fun.
And had our annual meeting
Yep.
on Sunday the 22nd.
So when you welcome them, do you do like an installation process, or is it just like they're the
yes,
new members?
We have the new members,
Say hello.
and like here's the like from our covenant book of worship, we have like the vows. It's like
Sure.
like
And you
there's
read
3
through
questions.
that.
It's like if it starts
We do
with
that.
if it
Yep.
starts with do you, the answer is I do, or will you, I will, kind of thing. And then as the church, will you, and then the church, we will.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so we do that. And so and then we do that. We always have them installed as new members on an annual meeting Sunday, so that they're allowed to then vote in the annual meeting.
Yeah.
And really, our membership only votes every couple of years because our membership only votes on elders and pastors. And so
Do you guys not? I
our-
thought you vote on the budget.
no, our elders approve the budget.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like Congress.
Interesting.
The membership approves who the elder, the membership votes on who the elders are, but the elders are the ones who approve or make changes to the budget.
Yep.
And so we had new elders coming in, and so we were welcoming in new members. So I get up at the beginning of the service. I was like, "Hey, this is great. We've got some new members to welcome. So new members, why don't you come on up?" And sitting right up front was someone who had visited the...
Wait, you just said new instead of calling them by name, which...
I mean, there weren't that many of them. I could have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have called them by name.
Yes, but also...
But instead you said, "Hey, if you consider yourself to be a new member..."
That's not what I said. I said we're welcoming some new members today. But this person had been at the church with us the week before, and we hadn't done this. That said, they had only been there the one time, and so we welcomed the new members, and up walks someone who has only visited with us once before. It was her second Sunday, and she was like, "Oh, I guess I'm coming," and but she was sitting up front, so I didn't have time to be like, no, this doesn't include you. You can go and have have a seat. So she just like came up and joined with the people that had been through the new members class and all this stuff.
Oh my gosh,
so it was.
This is the greatest thing.
So there were, and of course, I
That's
know
so
what's
sweet,
going
though.
on. And Shirley sitting in the front row knows what's going on. And we have like a little new members gift, the cross that we have at the front of our church. We have the person who built that cross for us and has built like our prayer station and things like that.
Sure.
Built a bunch of like little crosses as well, or I guess carved them. And so we give those to new members as well.
That's a nice
to
gift.
connect them to the cross that's there in our church and to connect them to the church. So fortunately, Shirley had an extra one with her, and it worked out well. But it's like, hey, are we ever going to see this person again who came up to join our church? And it happens.
Andrew,
Actually, truth be told, that's not the first time it's happened. It's the second time that's happened here.
Which is why you should say names.
Which is
of
why
the
I
people.
should say the names.
It's not
of the
that
people.
difficult.
You're absolutely right.
Chad,
I really
our
should.
buddy over at Building 28, there's a running joke. Chad, congrats, by the way. He's been lead pastor
For a year.
For a year. Awesome. They had a ridiculously large Sunday yesterday, which I was stoked to hear about. They decided to celebrate Holy Week, which is great. If you don't know about this inside joke, the inside joke is pretty simple. Building 28, they decide the church calendar.
Yeah, they
nothing
get to
else.
determine the church calendar.
We look to
them.
Chad the Pope.
Yeah.
Pope Chad. I looked to Pope Chad for all of my church calendar
to
needs.
determine when Holy Week starts, and apparently it starts this week.
So we can all
celebrate Holy Week.
Celebrate together. Okay, here we go.
They started an Advent series a week after Advent
And they
started.
said, happy to kick off Advent. And we're like,
that's not when Advent starts.
you didn't get to choose
You
that.
don't.
But now they do. So Pope Chad, thank you for allowing us to do Holy Week with you. This is great. We might need more background and detail here because this just got serious fast. So buckle up.
My comments aren't loading, and that's on YouTube. That's why I'm not seeing it. But yeah,
yes.
that's
City Light says our Palm Sunday involved a realistic replica gun. Yikes. Okay. Another person in a mental health crisis.
Excellent.
Police and EMS. Threats of putting me in chokeholds.
The police were threatening you?
City
That's
Lights,
not cool.
If I were to send you a link to jump on this live right now, would you jump on the call with us?
Yeah. Just tell us your story.
We want to hear the story. Funnel cakes would have made your day so much better.
I get that.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, shoot us a DM or something so that Tim can
text
send
Andrew.
you
Do you have his number?
the link. And Tim can send you a link, and you can just jump on and tell us the story. If you want to tell your story.
We absolutely need to hear what is happening here.
We can make it happen.
It sounds a bit crazy. Let's walk through the rest of Holy Week while we work on getting City Lights on the show live because I need to hear this whole story. So Andrew, Holy Week at Safety Harbor. I know you guys kicked off Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday. Next Sunday is Easter. I don't know if you
heard
know
about that.
Yeah.
Building Chad, are we allowed to celebrate? Yes. Okay. I got it. Chad said we're good to go.
Easter is next Sunday.
Confirmed.
Unless you're Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox, not Orthodox in the faith, but if you're denominationally Orthodox,
that's right.
Then you get to wait.
Yes.
So we have our sunrise service. I am playing the role of call to worship this year, which is great because I can just kind of show up and say something about he is risen indeed.
As you should.
Sing the songs and do all the things.
Yep.
So I'm not preaching this year at the sunrise. We have a community sunrise service that is all of the local Safety Harbor churches. We get together at the waterfront.
Yep.
The Kiwanis Club helps put it on. The city helps out. The city cannot officially be involved because, that's
correct. Yes.
That's how that works. And so we're doing that. We're actually having to change where we're doing it because we're still dealing with some hurricane construction, and so we are having it at the other side of the same parking lot, but people have to park in a different spot because permitting and all this stuff, but we're still at the waterfront, and then we have our Sunday morning regular service. We stick with one service still, and it is packed. We don't have quite as many parking constraints as we do most weeks because the market on Main Street does not meet, so we actually have street parking available to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are able to have a few more spots, and we cram everybody in at one service.
Yep.
And then after the service, we participate in the pagan tradition of giving children eggs filled with candy and toys.
Why would you do that?
Because we have thousands and thousands of eggs on the other side of this wall behind Glenn's desk right now.
But why?
Because that's what children want.
Okay, fine.
There we go. I think we just got a DM from Ben, and we can send.
It's possible. Let me get this link ready. Let me tell you a little bit about what's happening at Lakeview this week, in case you want to come join, because I think you might have some free time. Kicked off everything with Palm Sunday yesterday, one service under the tent. Which, by the way, I feel like this needs to be said. There is something about having all of your people in the same place at the same time.
I get it.
We don't exactly get to do it.
You guys don't get to do that very often.
It's been a while since we've been able to do that. So having our people together was actually really, really sweet. Now, here's what's really interesting. There were multiple people that wanted to introduce themselves to my wife and my family because they had never met Tim's wife or Tim's family.
We've been members here for years, never met.
And it's not because my family doesn't go to Lakeview. Like, they absolutely do go to Lakeview. The issue is...
you need to switch your Facebook to the morning after page.
No, the issue is we go to different services.
I get it.
Like, Steph's the 11 o'clock, they're the 9:30, so it just never really happens. So we were introducing ourselves to people that that I've known for a while, but my wife had not had a chance to get to know. So that was kind of the beauty of having everybody together under one service. It's also like, pros and cons. Like the cons of multiple services means you almost have
multiple congregations,
which is kind of sad.
It is.
It's kind of sad.
I get it. It makes a lot of sense. I'm glad that that's not where we are. And we get to do things that you don't get to do.
We do.
And you get to do things that we don't get to do.
True.
So there's definitely pros and cons to every avenue.
We were all together on Palm Sunday. We have a prayer walk scheduled for Maundy Thursday, which is so cool. Our prayer team does a great job with this. We have 36 beautiful acres at Lakeview. Come walk the lake. We'll have prayer stations. We're going to have communion for you. We'll have golf cart assistance if you are unable to walk said lake. Andrew, you know the drill. We live in Florida.
We live in Florida. It's just funny. It's a prayer walk or ride.
Prayer ride?
Prayer ride.
I mean, that sounds kind of sweet too. Like, can I take the golf cart?
Come on and take a prayer ride.
Wow. Oh, hang on.
What's that?
There's something buzzing in my ear. City Lights Church.
Who could it? I feel like it's like Mr. Rogers. It's like, who could it possibly be?
They want to join, so let's do this. Let's bring them in.
Do we need AirPods? Do you have your AirPods?
I'm just gonna go echo. I'm gonna go use noise cancellation.
Listen, we've never done this on the fly like this. We'll see how it works.
This is gonna be so good. So we're just gonna add.
Do we call him by his name, or do we just call him? Do we want people to know his real name?
I'm not gonna say Ben on air. I'm just
gonna
say City Lights Church.
City Lights. Okay.
Why would I ever use his? He's never used his name on the show. So why would we use his name right now?
That's a great question.
Here we go. Oh wow, this is it.
Hey.
What's
echo for you guys out there? Ben,
City Lights.
City Lights, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got to know. Give us the story. What exactly happened Palm Sunday, City Lights Church? Hey, if you're looking for a good church, Scranton, PA,
the Electric City.
They're on every week unless there's a pop star in town or apparently some sort of emergency. So City Lights, we got to hear it. Let's go. Jump in.
Yeah, we there's been a kid that's been coming to our church, has some issues that we were aware of, and we try to check backpacks and stuff when he comes in. But yesterday was a busier day because we start Palm Sunday outside. So at one point, middle worship, I look over to our cafe area, and the kid has pulled out a pretty realistic looking replica gun and is aiming it at the crowd in the church and shooting.
I like where this is going.
How old would you say kid?
11, but trauma issues. Life has been tough on this kid, so we're always aware of him. And so while that's happening, though, there's been a kid that used to come to this church for youth group. He's 23-year-old adult now that has massive mental health issues, has shown back up, and he's having a mental health crisis at the same time a gun's being pulled out in church. We got him downstairs into a safe area. The gun was confiscated, put it in my office. And then the mental health crisis kid or adult caused issues the rest of the service downstairs. Police were called. We tried to get him help. He threatens to put me in a chokehold, escorts off the property. It was a fun day. I wish I was just eating a funnel cake. I went home. My wife and kids actually went back to our hometown in Maryland for a week. So I went home to an empty house and just cried, basically.
While many of us were waving palm branches,
this is such a great Sunday. It makes me thrilled to be a pastor.
Instead of waving palm branches, City Lights Church, they wave toy guns. It's a very different way to welcome.
And not even.
It's more.
I wouldn't even call it even a toy gun. An accurate replica gun, no orange tip at the end. You couldn't tell it was a toy when it was first revealed.
Wow.
I just want you to know that sometimes the Holy Spirit restrains me, and there was a joke that I was about to make. And I was like, Andrew, as funny as that might be,
I'm glad you didn't.
You should not make jokes.
That's why there is a doctor on the front of his name now. He has matured so much. Hey, Ben, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for sharing the story. That was wild.
I hope you at least have a dog that you got to go home and snuggle with or something, because
two cats.
I mean, that's better than nothing.
I guess.
Better than nothing. Hey, we love you. We're here with you. Let's keep talking through it.
Hey, if you want to bring a replica toy gun to church in Scranton, PA, the police are on call there in the Electric City.
Also, if you have a wild story, apparently we have the ability to
have
How good was that?
That was great.
The tech worked.
It sounded good. It did all the things it was supposed to do. I love that.
Kyra, such a beautiful service yesterday. Huge success. Thanks for everything. Hey, you're welcome. That's just kind of how we roll at Lakeview. It really was okay. It was windy. Like, can we acknowledge that? Like, I was distracted by the wind. It was windy.
I was nervous driving to church yesterday morning.
You knew how windy it was. The tent was like...
because like we have a TV that's out front, and I was like, oh, do we put the TV out?
Right.
But when I got there, someone had already come in and set up all the out. So I didn't even get to make the call. But then I was like, ooh, it's windy for us. And now we're way closer to the water than you are, but
we have a lake.
Wind doesn't come off the lake the way that it does off the bay. Come on now. But
it was still windy.
It was windy. And so my immediate thought was, ooh, what about our TV? And I was like, oh, what about Lakeview's tent? So I was...
Lakeview's tent, Lakeview's TVs that were a little weeble wobble.
Lakeview's giant TVs that were rented. How does that... Now, did you rent the TVs or did the...
Audio
production. Okay, so then
I reached out to them and said, hey...
You weren't on the hook if a TV fell.
Oh, gosh, no.
Okay.
No, that was on them. They came on trusses. It wasn't that much of an add-on. I was like, this could be a sweet little feature. We've never done it before. And it worked out well. Like, I think you could see them pretty well. I sat right in the middle, and it was pretty good. Maybe they could have been a little higher, but again, because of the wind, I was worried if we put them any higher, might risk, Kyra saying when I saw the TVs wobble, I was scared as well. I'm thankful nothing fell over.
Child is crushed by falling 85-inch TV at Lakeview Church, story at 11.
That would be terrible.
That would be very bad.
Why would you say that out loud? That's awful.
Just saying, that would have been very bad.
Hey, let's continue with the Holy Week discussion because Holy Week doesn't stop with Monday, Thursday.
It doesn't. It goes to Friday and then Sunday.
Something fun's happened on Friday, Andrew. You are invited, and you know what? I don't know that you have an excuse not to come sit with my family. I'm just gonna say it right now. You are not doing a Good Friday service.
We are not doing a Good Friday service.
Frank Gill is preaching at Lakeview.
I've heard of him.
At the cross, under the tent, outside. I'm just saying, like, how cool would it be to have Millers and Larsons together for a church service? Have you and I sat together for a church service?
I have been in maybe like a funeral or something.
Yeah,
but no.
Yeah.
I have
not the same.
I've
not the
been
same.
to Lakeview
This is kind of like a funeral.
When you were preaching.
Yes.
And I sat behind Zoe Miller, who was amening quite a bit, and that was very entertaining.
So
there's something about
she is something.
The 10 or 11-year-old before the inhibitions of teenage years get there.
Yeah, I love it.
And
I love it.
It was hilarious. I don't know that she would amen quite as much now.
Not so much.
But
she does like the hands over face in every photo now, like what every 13-year-old girl does. So
I get it.
That's like her new thing.
I get it.
So the invite's there, not just for Andrew, but for anybody who want to come hear Frank preach, do an outdoor, which this will be our first outdoor Good Friday service, which I'm stoked about. 7 p.m. on Friday night at Lakeview. Then Easter.
What time is sunset, Fred? I think Melissa and I were out on the beach this past Friday. I think sunset was 7:45.
Yeah.
So at the end,
it'll be lit.
Okay.
When you start, it'll be dark when you walk out, which was kind of the idea behind it. So we'll walk out.
But also
with
the
a bit more
tent
of a
is east
somber
facing, so you're not gonna have the sun in your. So
Correct,
Frank will have the
you.
sun in his eyes.
He'll be preaching with the sun in his eyes. Now there's a tree line, and typically after 6:30, you're good.
Okay.
But he will have the sun on his face side for sure. So 7 p.m. Come on out. Sunday morning, it's Easter, bud. Like,
it
it's
is
here.
Easter.
I got permission from Chad. We're allowed to have Easter.
We are
on Sunday this year.
What time are your two services?
We've got a 7 a.m., which is a sunrise service.
We're doing our sunrise at 7 a.m. as well.
You guys are sunrising across the street, basically. It's a few
down
blocks
the marina.
down.
Yeah.
It's a few blocks
the
down.
waterfront park, not the marina park.
Different park.
It's the same. It's the same. It's just the other side. It's the other side of the parking lot.
You can see it from either side.
Yes.
It's not that far away.
If you get down there, you will not be confused. You'll know where to go.
If you have not done a sunrise Easter service, make this year the year. If you're in the Safety Harbor area, come to Safety Harbor. If you're near Lakeview, I'm just telling you. Like I know, like you could do like the parking lot sunrise thing, and that's cool.
If that's what you have, then that's what you have.
But if you have the space, if you have the 20-acre lake, and the sun happens to rise behind the lake with a cross in the shot, and you're looking for that perfect family photo, I'm just saying, Lakeview might be the spot you want to be.
With mist coming off the lake, come on.
You can't even how do you?
Come on.
It's beautiful.
Come on.
Sunrise, 7 a.m. at Lakeview, under the tent, first time ever. And then we have our 10 a.m. also under the tent. So this will be our first 10 a.m. outdoor under the tent, probably in, 30 years on Easter Sunday.
It's going to be a big deal.
So lots happened this week, lots to celebrate, but not preaching as many services, which is so weird.
You are preaching half as much as you did last Holy Week.
Last year we did 3 Palm Sunday, 2 Good Friday.
Ooh, you're preaching way less than half.
And 3 Easter Sunday.
So you had 8
You
sermons.
can do the math.
That's 3 plus 3 plus 2 is 8.
You're probably wondering why I'm talking so much today. Because I'm not dead.
Because you have so much more energy.
It feels weird.
Tim, we had a pretty big event here at the church last night.
Here?
That people have some opinions about.
Oh. This is going to be good.
Tim,
I'm listening. Continue.
We are one of 2 churches in downtown Safety Harbor. We have the other church has more parking than we do. We have more total square footage than they do. And there's a church plant that is very local to us. They are in the Safety Harbor Community Center, and they had reached out really kind of the beginning of the year and said, hey, we have not been able to have a baptism service since we started as a new church.
County won't let them.
Well, they're in a city building, but it's a gym, so they can't. Turns out it's really bad for a gym floor to have a couple hundred gallons of water.
So the city of Safety Harbor said,
and so the city arts,
even like a giant tarp, like no, it doesn't matter.
The park. I think that's you do it. I would say you do it on a Sunday morning and then get forgiveness later. But they have.
Can you risk that?
They have.
What if that's their space?
They have Parks Department people there at all their services. They couldn't get away with it.
No.
And so they said, hey, could we borrow your space on a Sunday evening for a baptism service?
Yeah.
And me being of the people, I said, heck yeah.
You are a man of the people.
Heck yes.
Baptism service.
In
your space. Why not?
And so I met them here. We were finishing up our fellowship hall time. They end their service a little bit later than we do on Sunday mornings.
Yep. And
so when we were finishing up our fellowship hall time, they were coming over and unloading their gear. Really, they're a portable church. So they have gear that loads in and out fairly easily.
I get it.
And Tim, I texted you and one of our pastors' group chats that we're in and let you guys know. I had told you before that this was happening. And Tim, you were getting text messages this morning about is Andrew letting this church use their space?
I got a text message bright and early, and it said almost like, "Is this real? Like, is this at Larson's church?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's allowing a baptism service at his church."
I mean,
almost like, how could you,
Tim?
I love it. I love it.
What should I do differently?
I don't know.
I mean,
there's no animosity between you.
Yeah. There's no animosity, and even if there was, this is a like-minded church wanting to have baptisms.
Yep.
And Tim, we have a large tub. It's a horse trough.
Horse trough.
It's a horse trough, and we have a space that's not being used on Sunday evenings.
Yep.
And we always say that our goal is to be a church that is not just in the city of Safety Harbor, but for the city of Safety Harbor. And
I mean, that is your mantra.
We have Safety Harbor residents wanting to be baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Shouldn't we be supporting that?
Yeah.
It's just it's been making me chuckle all day that not everybody is thrilled that we would be sharing our space.
I mean, there's a lot more to the story.
There is more to the story.
We don't need to get into it.
We don't need to get into it. But also, if there was more to the story, and the people that have issues like gathered a bunch of local pastors and said, hey, there's more to this story you should know. And I was not one of those local pastors invited to the more to the story party.
You haven't been brought in the loop. You don't know what's going on.
I mean,
it's just a local pastor reaching out to you.
I mean, I'm not saying that one of my buddies didn't record the whole thing and send me that recording, but I just think it's very silly. I am thrilled to have people baptized in our building, whether or not they're part of our church. And shouldn't churches love it when people are finding and following Jesus?
Brittany says, I opened Instagram and saw a post from said church. Love churches and love and work together.
That's right.
City Light says it's a JW church, isn't it?
It's not a JW church. It's a church where people love and follow Jesus.
You know what, City Lights? What a great idea. After your prayer walk, you should wash feet. That would be most impactful.
That would be and that would be
Especially
true
after
to Maundy Thursday.
I mean, it really would fit well.
It would fit very well. I think that is a fantastic idea.
Well, Andrew, it's Holy Week. There's
Holy Week.
There's lots to do.
Holy Week.
I'm excited, as you should be as well.
Yeah. What are you preaching on for Easter?
Yes.
So what you're saying is your Easter sermon is not written yet.
Easter sermon is not written, but we pushed pause in Exodus, so
I would assume you could do a Passover.
It would have worked. Like the timing would have lined up. I was like, I don't know, outside under the tent. Like I don't know. I was looking for a bit more celebratory.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John.
Well, we were in Luke last week.
Okay.
So we might continue with the Luke theme since we did the Palm Sunday Luke text on Sunday.
But also you printed up bulletins or whatever do you call them a bulletin? What do you call that?
Sure.
Okay. So because you're outside, not everybody could see the TV, you have a bulletin.
Yep. Inside said bulletin is lyrics to all the songs.
In case they can't see the TV.
Yep. And then on the back it is
QR code to give.
QR code for giving, QR code for Connect card.
Okay. How many people are filling out a Connect card every week?
I get the data once a month at our elder meetings. We have typically, near double-digit cards fit out every week.
But it's not like hey, I'm here. So I've been
it's
at
for
churches,
new people.
Okay, where people want members to like attendance kind of thing.
The funny thing is we probably should do that just to update records because we're missing a lot of addresses. But no, Connect cards are if you are new around here.
The only time I get a Connect card filled out now is usually like a janitorial service wanting to bid.
I get those too.
And they're like, hey, we've emailed you and you didn't respond.
Yeah.
So here's a Connect card.
I got one of those 2 weeks ago. And
drives me nuts.
It was like, we serve the greater Charlotte area. I was like, did you, as in Charlotte, North Carolina?
Maybe they think you're elevation.
And they sent multiple emails. And finally I just said, you don't service my area. Why are you emailing me? Oh, cleaning companies. Yeah. Thank you for doing a great job cleaning in the greater Charlotte area.
If you want a clean church up in Charlotte, North Carolina,
I'll send you an email.
Tim's got a connection for you.
Got a great
Listen,
contact.
I'm going to go get ready for Easter. I'm going to go do all the things.
You should.
And Tim, I think you should do the same.
I wish we were lunching today. I'm starving.
Sorry. I'm just not a priority in your life anymore.
I've just got meetings.
You just mega church Tim. I get it. He's a busy guy.
How dare you?
He is a busy guy, but I love him. I'm so proud of him.
Hey, 2 weeks from right now, we'll be right here. We'd love to chat with you a little bit more. Miss
See
you
you next time.
See you.